You ever click add to cart on a workbench that looks like a solid slab of steel in the photos, only to get a wobbly, low-profile table that barely holds a power tool? I've been there spending an afternoon trying to line up a piece of lumber on a bench that pretended to be commercial grade only to hear it creak under the weight of a router. That feeling of I've paid for a promise I never got is why I'm doing this deep dive. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Borroughs 72-inch by 34-inch heavy-duty mobile workbench is aimed squarely at folks who need a sturdy, portable platform in a shop, garage, or even a small commercial space. It's not a hobbyist's fold-up table you toss in the corner after a weekend project. It's a piece of equipment that's meant to stay on the floor most of the time, yet still roll out when you need to reposition it for a different job. The headline specs 1,000-pound capacity, stainless steel top, adjustable height from 34 to 40 inches, and 4 lockable casters sound impressive, but the real test is how those numbers translate when you're actually cutting, drilling, and welding. Let's walk through a typical day in a wood shop that could use a bench like this. You start the morning with a sheet of inch plywood you need to rip into 12-inch strips. You roll the bench out from the storage corner, lock the wheels, and raise the top to about 38 inches, just a touch higher than a standard kitchen counter. The height adjustment is smooth. You pull the lever, lift the tabletop a few inches, and the lock holds without any wobble. That extra inch makes a difference when you're standing for a couple of hours, reducing the strain on your lower back. The stainless steel surface is truly flat, which matters when you're marking precise cut lines with a pencil or a chalk line. No bumps or dips to throw off your measurements. Now, you set a 12-inch circular saw on the bench. The 1,000-pound capacity isn't just a bragging right, it means you can safely support a heavy router table or a small band saw without worrying about the frame flexing. In practice, the bench feels solid under the weight of a 45-pound table saw, and the steel top doesn't dent when you lean a 20-pound grinder against it. That durability is the kind of thing you only notice when a cheaper bench would have started to warp after a few months of heavy use. But there are trade-offs. The steel top, while impressive, adds a noticeable amount of weight to the whole unit. Even with 4 casters, you'll need a clear, level surface to roll it around. An uneven garage floor can make moving it feel like dragging a small safe. The casters lock, but they're not industrial-grade swivel wheels. If you need to pivot the bench on a tight spot, you'll find the lock a bit stiff and the wheels may squeak a little the first few times you use them. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you plan to rearrange your workspace daily. One of the most common complaints with heavy-duty mobile benches is the height range. Borroughs gives you a 6-inch spread, which works well for most standing tasks, but it falls short for seated work like electronics repair or detailed woodworking that benefits from a lower profile. If you're the type who spends a lot of time sitting at a bench, you might still need a separate low-profile table or a pair of adjustable stools. Who should walk away? If you're a weekend DIYer who only needs a surface for occasional projects, think building a bookshelf or assembling a deck. There are lighter, less expensive options that won't require you to maneuver a 150-pound steel slab. You'll probably end up paying for a capacity you'll never use and for a mobility system you won't fully exploit. Also, if your shop space is cramped and you can't guarantee a flat, level floor, this bench could become a nuisance rather than a help. Who should grab it? Professional contractors who need a reliable, mobile base for power tools on job sites will appreciate the combination of a sturdy stainless top and the ability to roll it into a trailer or a small workshop. Small business owners who run a repair shop, think bike maintenance, small engine work, or metal fabrication, will find the 1,000-pound rating gives them confidence when they place a workpiece and a clamp together. The fact that it's made in the USA also resonates with buyers who prioritize domestic manufacturing and want that extra peace of mind about quality control. Let's talk about the hidden value. The bench's frame is welded from heavy-gauge steel, not a cheap powder-coated finish that chips after a season. That construction means you're paying for longevity. The bench will likely outlast a budget model even if you never hit the full 1,000-pound limit. The stainless top also resists rust, which is a big win in a damp garage or